Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Planning Serenity, where we plan for serenity. My name is Jessica, and in today's video, we will be doing a May monthly spread in my work planner. So if you're interested in seeing that, stay tuned. All right, y'all, welcome. As mentioned, we will be doing the monthly spread in my work planner, which is my Big Happy Planner. If you are new here, I started in a big with my planning journey in January. I left a big in March and started in a classic in April for my catch-all. And then the end of April, I went back into the big. Well, I added the big back into the lineup for my work planner because I got a new job and, yeah. So we're just gonna quickly do my monthly spread. I don't do too much. I usually track important meetings that the CEO of the company has because I work directly for him. So essentially the monthly calendar is more geared towards his schedule. But yeah, let's just get into it. So if you're new here, I do pre-pull my stickers and just put them on wax paper because I do have anxiety and I cannot sit here flipping through books with y'all and come out with a decent spread. So these are the sticker books that I did use for this spread, and as I'm going through, I will try to tell you which stickers came from which book. But we have Squad Goals, Seasonal RongRong, and the Spring Happy Planner sticker books. As you can see, I already placed lines on this Sunday because obviously there's nothing going on that day, and then the other 3 days where there's nothing going on. I did pull this washi from the, which one? I believe it came from the spring sticker book, but as you can see, it's not sticking down. So probably when I'm done, I'm gonna use this Zig pen, glue pen, to keep these pressed down. But I did already put these down to remember this is the week where my boss will be traveling. He's literally going to North Carolina, then he's going to Utah, then he's going to Baltimore, then he's coming back home to Virginia. So I did put that strip down before I started just to remember. But yeah, hopefully this is pretty quick. Again, it's a monthly. I don't do too much except track important things, so and paydays, things like that. So let's get started. All right, so to start, I did pull, oh no, these flowers. They were all, the pink and the brown flowers, or tan, whatever you want to call them, were all separate stickers, and I cut them in half and then lined them across the top. I did overlap them just so they would all stick together and I wouldn't have to individually put them down with y'all because that would have taken forever, because as you can see, I still can't even grip it. So I'm just gonna line this across the top. But yeah, so again, these were brown stickers and brown flower or tan flowers and pink flowers that I just cut in half and then line them next to each other. Now the goal is, obviously, now that I'm putting this up here, I feel like I want washi at the top. Now you see why I pre-pull my stickers. But yeah, so this is a new job that I started. I am beyond grateful for this position. My former job, it didn't end in a, how should I say this, an acceptable manner on their behalf, but I don't want to get into too much about it. I did work for a very big name university, and I worked directly for a dean at one of the colleges in the university, because you know how universities are broken up into colleges, like the colleges of arts, the colleges of engineering, all that good stuff. But yeah, it didn't end well, and it ended abruptly, and I have 2 kids to raise, so it was rough for a couple of months. Just gonna line the other side. So yeah, so I was looking, and the thing is, the job that I had at this university, it it was very flexible. Like, I only had to be in the office when the dean was in the office, and the dean was rarely in the office because she, and yes, it was a she, so that could have been a part of the other issue. But anyway, she was rarely in the office, so I didn't really have to be in, which was great. Like, I only had to go in when she was there because she was the type where if I wasn't around, she didn't know her left from her right. So yeah, that was that, and it just didn't end well. And again, it was abrupt. I didn't see it coming. Lawyers got involved, but because I am in Virginia, which is a commonwealth, it is a right to fire state, I think it's called, or right to, I don't know, right to something. So your boss can literally fire you for, excuse me, for like wearing a yellow shirt and they don't like the color yellow. These tabs actually came from, how about this? You gotta watch my last couple of videos and you'll see where these tabs came from because, excuse me, they have been bouncing around from spread to spread and I just can't remember at this point. But anyway, so yeah, the position ended after, like, I was with them for years. And then, like, I didn't get fired. I was basically forced to resign. Like, even if things would have gone my way and we went to court for blah, 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 mentally, especially since I am 3 years sober and a recovering alcoholic, and she was an alcoholic, and then, like, having anxiety and dealing with her on a daily basis, even though she was leaving the college, like, the situation happened and she knew she was leaving the college while the situation was happening. So basically she just tried to ruin my life just because she was in the power position to do so. So yeah, I did get lawyers involved. And even if things did go my way, there was no way that I would stay at that institution. So yeah, this happened in the end of February, I believe. And again, lawyers were involved, so I don't want to say too much about it. But living in the Commonwealth, there's so many rules, regulations, and stipulations that are not for the people of the Commonwealth. So it makes it difficult for things to go your way because, like I said, if your boss doesn't like you, even if you've been working at a position for 10 years, you can be let go or forced to resign because you're wearing a color shirt that they don't like. So this happened the end of February, and obviously the job hunt started immediately. I didn't want to like sulk and be down and out about it. I have 2 beautiful young girls to raise. And my children's father, that I mean, I've been with him for almost 9 years now. Obviously, the entire burden of all the bills became his, and like all the bills as in rent, and we rent a home, we don't rent an apartment, so it's not like chump change. We rent a home in actually like in a school district, and our development is kind of like across from a school. So yeah, but the burden became him when I had to separate from my job. Became his. If I gave myself 2 lines for these, why wouldn't I give myself 2 lines for these? This silver sticker, and the reason I'm using silver is because I never use silver. I like gold is my thing. But because this is my work planner, I'm just trying to get rid of not stickers I would never use, but stickers that I don't know how to say it. But yeah, anyway, I chose this color. I don't know. Oh yeah, so 2 lines is right there. So anyway, I don't know where I was with this story. If you're new here, as mentioned, I am a recovering alcoholic, so oftentimes if I cut myself off, I lose my train of thought. Um, it's 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 called different things, but I call it recovery brain, but there's like scientific words for it. But yeah, and then sometimes my thoughts like that are in my head don't come out the way I want them to, and like people will legit be looking at me like, what are you talking about? But in my head I'm like, I'm saying exactly how I feel. But yeah, so anyway, I don't know where I was with the story. I say that to say that because I cut myself off. So yeah, that happened in February, and the job hunt began immediately. Oh, I think that's where I was, because I have 2 young girls to raise. Oh, and the burden became my children's father. These girls came from, I'm gonna use quite a few girls, like I said, girls that I wouldn't normally use in my catch-all or things like that, or my mini dashboard. This says time to bloom, and it came from either squad goals or seasonal. RongRong. But anyway, yeah, like it's a terrible feeling. I don't know if I want her head. Should I cut her off? No. It's a terrible feeling, excuse me, when like the burden is on him. Like, although he was like, oh, like this is like what I'm here for, like, you know, when one of us is down, like the other picks up the slack. But like, pick up the slack, like you're talking rent for a home, tuition for 2 girls, one is in daycare, so you know that's not free, and then the other is in kindergarten, and we are not putting her in public school, so we have her tuition, and then, you know, household bills like utilities and TV. I mean, yeah, well, that's you know what I mean. But like gas and tolls, like living in Virginia, if you don't have an Easy Pass, which I'm assuming you all know, but if you don't, it's something that you use to pay tolls to drive on the road. Like, yes, on top of taxes, we have to pay to get places quicker. If we don't use an Easy Pass to get to us, like for instance, if I use an Easy Pass to get to my older daughter's school in the morning, it takes 10 minutes. If I don't use an Easy Pass, it takes about 27 minutes. So that's an indication of how the roads are here where I live in Virginia. And I am in the Richmond area. I will tell you all that, just not exactly where. But yeah, so yeah, there's that. But like that adds up, and that's like, I don't know. Just imagine taking care of an entire household suddenly and abruptly when you just weren't prepared to do so. So like, obviously that makes me feel extremely bad that he had to do that. Sorry, I feel like this story is dragging, and look, I have like 3 stickers down. This is terrible. But yeah, let me try to speed this up. So yeah, the job hunt started immediately. And you know how like looking for a job works, like unless you put a job in on like the actual company website, like you're really not gonna find anything in 2023. Like going on Indeed and Career Builder is great, but it's very rare that something worth the while is found on those type of sites. But by the grace of God, out of like 1 million applications I put in, that's a lie, because I was looking for something very particular, which is similar to what my former position was, where I could mainly basically work from home. But doing what I've been doing for over a decade, which is an executive assistant. And if you do not know, an executive assistant is very different from an administrative assistant or like a receptionist. Like we we literally run the life of C-suite, which is CEOs, COOs, CIOs, all those OOOs, or like deans of colleges, basically top, excuse me, top executives. So yeah, and then when you've been doing it, so yeah, like I said, there's a difference. So like administrative assistants, that's basically what you start off as before you become a executive assistant. I was blessed to not have to start off as an administrative assistant. My first position was in EA, for a senior vice president at Morgan Stanley. So I was blessed to receive that. But yeah. Oh, by the way, this background, I don't know if you can see it on camera. It has like silver foil. There's a flower back there, but I'm covering it up with this Make a List. That Make a List sticker came from this cheesy pack of stickers that I had that I'm not even going to bother showing you all. But when I was looking for cheap stickers when I first started planning, or like something inexpensive, it was in that pack. So Make a List, obviously I created a list with that. So that's where that was. I mean, that's what that's for. Again, I said where those girls came from. Oh, that silver background came from the spring sticker book. So yeah, of course I cut myself off and don't know where I was in the story, but let's just try to jump back in. This to-do sticker came from the spring sticker book. I'm putting it here because it's the week of / before he travels, and I need to be sure that all the little last minute things that I need to do are done. Or like, you know, checking confirms and things like that. So yeah, I was looking for a specific type of job, like obviously mainly work from home, but when the longer that you, let me go back to talk about the differences, I guess that's where I was, sorry. See, recovering alcoholic, this is what, and like I said, I'm 3 years sober, but I will always be a recovering alcoholic, so there's that. So like I said, an AA, administrative assistant, is different from an EA, executive assistant, and I'm just going to use those terms because saying it out is too much. Whereas an EA, we make quite a bit more, and the duties that we do are basically, like, if we needed to, we could be the, how do I say this? I don't know. The duties are way different. I'll say that because I don't want to talk down on one position over the other or say that one is better than the other, but the duties are different, and the longer that you are in a position for an EA, over a decade, I'm putting this on the payday, which is, I want to swap these because that's, hold on. But the longer you are an EA, obviously the more you make. So I wanted to be sure that I stayed in the same position. I did not want a career change. I'm not and was not in the mental space or capacity to have a career change or to have a job hour change, if that makes sense, or in office versus work from home type change. And like I said, I was in the office when she was in the office, but it was rare because being a dean of a college, you're in meetings like 24/7. But the downside to that is, no, I'm not going to talk about her. Okay, so yeah, trying to find a work from home executive assistant, not virtual assistant, because again, that's another type of assisting. So although I am an executive assistant and work from home, I am not a virtual assistant. It is a little hard to explain the differences between those two, but so again, this is a payday, 15th, and then the last day of the month. Here, should the blue one go here and then the other pink one here, or blue? Blue. The 16th and the 18th are very big, important state level meetings this month. So I need to flag those. And then, like I said, the 15th and the last day of the month are paydays. Anyway, so yeah, imagine suddenly separating from your job that was beyond ideal as far as hours, because you barely had to go into the office. You were able to get your kids from school early. They didn't have to go to aftercare. You have anxiety. You are a homebody. So the thought of having to literally work a 9 to 5 in the office, oh my God, like I was done. But by the grace of God, I guess we'll just fast forward because this story is just dragging. So by the grace of God, I was able, and ironically via Indeed, I was able to find a work from home executive / personal assistant position. And I have been a PA before, another abbreviation. But the PA part, it's only like, it was advertised as like 30%, but it's literally like 2%, if that. And it's nothing in person, although I am in the same area as him, for obvious reasons. It is a company that is all over the US, but they needed an EA that was near the CEO, which makes sense. So yeah, I'm just adding more girls. I don't know where I was in the story, and this literally, I know I just came back and went back in, but that was literally 3 seconds and I already don't know where I was. This is terrible. If you're new here and you're still here, I'm sorry. It is late at night. And this is my first time doing a monthly work spread, and I'm over here trying to tell y'all a story and it's just not working out. So I do apologize. I hope this doesn't deter you from coming back. This sticker was one sticker, Friends and Flowers, and then she was a separate girl, but I just added them all together because their bodies are cut off and theirs are not. So that's why I put them together down there. Also to try to cover up that flower. I could have put label sticker over it, but I didn't. Because I'm over this already. But anyway, I got it, y'all. Let's just end the story. I got a new job by the grace of God. It is work from home. It is executive assistant. So my pay, because I have been an executive assistant for over a decade, is way more than I could have. I'm not going to say dreamed of. That's quite dramatic, but you get it. Like, it's the biggest blessing, honestly. So yeah, I didn't have to switch career fields. I'm working from home, which I feel like her legs, I'm sorry y'all, I'm trying to figure out her legs, because then, well, I guess y'all will see that it's 2 separate stickers. But yeah, I'm working from home. Everything's great. Like, I don't know, there's so many positives, and I guess I'll talk about it in future work planner videos, but I can't focus right now. Like, I'm done. Okay. I was thinking her legs needed to, like, maybe we'll have them drip over. Okay. So yeah, basically, this just says day off, and it was another sticker from that cheesy sticker pack I had. So yeah, long story short, biggest blessing, I got a new job. Everything I could have dreamed of and more. And I'm just super happy. But like I said, I did start at the end of April, like officially start. However, it was a 2-month, yeah, it was like a 2-month process. So the separation from my last job was it was mid-February. And then I found this new job on Indeed the end of February. And then the very beginning of March is when I started the process. And when I tell y'all, this says be like a flower and reach for the sun. It came from either Squad Goals, I think Squad Goals. But when I tell y'all I've never been through an interview process like this ever, it was 2 months long. So like I said, the beginning of March is when I found them. Well, the end of February is when I found them. And then the end of April is when I started with them. Basically, the beginning of May. But yes, it was a 2-month process, and it wasn't like they were interviewing other candidates, which is the crazy part. Like, they found me, they fell in love with me, but it was like the longest vetting process ever. Which I guess I'm grateful for, because that means they're not letting anyone through their door, just anyone through their doors. This says hello weekend, and I'm just gonna put it on the weekend. And I'm considering Friday the weekend, because that's when our weekends start in our house. I don't know about y'all. Comment down below, do you consider Friday a weekend, or is that just like, hold on, I want to put, that's the start of his vacation. I want to put another girl there. Okay. Y'all, my brain is just so scrambled this video, and I genuinely apologize. But we're just about done. Like I said, if you made it to the end, I really appreciate you. This says visit a farmer's market, and I'm putting it on the weekend because, again, I don't want to say these stickers are cheesy, but I'm just trying to get rid of all these cheesy girls, because I bought them before I knew that there were like really pretty dolls in this planner community. Again, I just started planning in January, so I found a bunch of sticker books on sale, and I was like, jackpot. No, come to find out, I played myself. So basically, I'm just trying to get rid of them while still make them look fairly decent. Does that make sense? So there's that. So yeah, super happy. I did just start, but things have been going very well. It was a 2-month process, but I signed my papers the end of April after 2 months, and yeah, I do plan on staying with them for as long as I'm working, especially since it's work from home. Even if I move, I can still work for him, and I know in the beginning I would have to be in Richmond, but eventually, you know, years and years and years down the line, if we move, it shouldn't be an issue. I'm putting deadline here because I do have a project due. Not a project, because, yeah, it's not really a project, but I do have something I'm working on for him, and I want to get it to him by this Friday. And then I have this makeup plan, same silver foiled box, just like that one. But I put this cheesy makeup plan sticker in here, and it's for this entire section. And it's plans for next month. Okay. Because there are certain things I need to plan ahead for. Wow, this is crooked. There are certain things I need. That's the only thing about planning in a big. There's certain things I need to plan ahead for next month in this month. So that's what that's for. Like I said, these are important, the 2 important state level meetings that he has and is traveling for. I know when his personal events are. I may write them in, I may not. I do work off of a Google Calendar, but you know, there's nothing like a planner. But yeah, this section is a list of everything for this month, or things that are very important for the month. This section, I think I'm going to write my like my overall general feelings for the month, or each line I'm gonna write my feelings for the week. I'm not sure yet. This section is up in the air. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so tired. But I think I'm done. I feel like something should go here. I know this is Mother's Day. I'm gonna put this Memorial Day sticker here, and I need to find something fancy for Mother's Day, but again, I pre-pull my stickers because I can't sit here in front of y'all flipping through finding something, because it could very well take me 20 minutes to find something to put right there. So I'm going to call this done. All right, y'all, so again, I did just get the position the end of last month, so this is my first monthly in my work planner. I went with something fairly simple because obviously in the future I'll figure out what I want to track or what I want to do in my work planner, but for now this is it, just the important meetings, paydays, and notes of things that I need for the month. But yeah, comment down below how you feel about this spread. I feel like a lot of planners are trying to get rid of their old stickers. And again, I just started planning, but because they were on sale, I guess they are old stickers. And they're not typical stickers that I would use in my main planners, which are my mini dashboard and my catch-all classic. But yeah, comment down below how you feel like this came out using old stickers, and I really hope you like this spread. Again, it's my first one, but it came out all right. It's not my favorite, but it is what it is. It'll track what I needed to track. I'm super tired, y'all. I still got dinner in the oven, and I'm not even gonna tell y'all what time it is. So if you are new here and you made it to the end of this video, I wouldn't mind a like and subscribe. I appreciate you. I promise I will have more energy in my next video. If you're returning, you know how it goes over here, and you already know how I feel about you, and I can't wait to see all of y'all in my next video. Bye!